which is this simple. Welcome to Overwatch. This time we're going to talk about, well, a VOD review, and more specifically we're going to talk about this game here that was sent to us by a beautiful man called Derek Choi. It's a piece of Ana gameplay. Let's jump right into it right now. So the guy who's actually playing is going to be this guy here, Rekde. Rekde. Instantly, right, okay, you can see the rank as well if I just backstep here. So it's about 3,000 MMR, so diamonds, platinums, about there. Pretty good. Pretty good. So first thing I noticed instantly, the guy that we're watching is this guy. He's the solo, so you got a 2 group and a 3 group. This guy's going to play Ana, which to me is just ballsy as hell, like super ballsy, because Ana is a hero that requires a huge amount of coordination. Like, you've got to know where the team's positioning, what people's plans are, you've got to coordinate who you're going to put the nano boost on. You can work without that, but it's just easier when you can coordinate. First thing I will be doing as Ana is literally jumping into voice chat, making sure everyone is in voice. Definitely one of the best ways of doing just getting started with Ana. But we're going to just skip ahead while I have a quick slurp of water. And skip ahead of this. So we're starting out on defense. So let's see what the team lineup is. I believe actually we could see the team lineup a second ago. This is where replays will be super useful, where I could press tab and we could see what the team lineup is. But they've got a Junkrat, I believe, which is an interesting pick. So the thing with the Junkrat is I'm normally not a big fan of it, and even on this map I'm not a big fan of it, but it works, it's fine. Like, if someone's picked something off meta, don't complain about it too much, don't get too salty about it. With the Mercy there's a lot of damage potential, and the Mercy is in team lineup with them. Here we see the McCree doing a bit of warm-up, that's fine, good stuff. But the first thing that we're going to notice very quickly, this isn't like the first time I watched this, I watched most of the VODs that people sent in through once already. First thing I notice is down, you can see down below, like just to the left there, right in the middle of the screen. Actually, I can bring the mouse in here. This chap right here, this guy. What's he doing? What are you doing? Like, I'm all for, like, going out and taunting and emoting at, like, the big glass window over there. I'm all for that kind of stuff. I love doing that kind of stuff. It's a beautiful thing to do. But don't do it when your team needs you to protect you, because who is this Reinhardt protecting? Absolutely nobody is the answer. And he's out of position. He needs to be up here. He needs to be protecting people. Like, there are Widowmakers. Even if this guy starts running now, there are Widowmakers that can launch up and just get a grapple shot and, like, kill the Mercy. Like, there are Widowmakers that good out there. You've got to be ready for him. This guy needs to be up here. Let's talk about Ana positioning as well. Like, this is honestly like a pretty good position. I'd actually suggest stepping a little bit further back so you have a good overview, because what's happening here is you can see the team, and actually I prepared this earlier as well, as we can see, like, everything are open. So got this wonderful thing here. I was playing around with paint earlier, but this is actually like a good way of teaching people this sort of stuff, okay? So where Ana is right now, like, we got like this wall here, this is like the gateway here, and the stairs are going down there. Ana is stood like here. You got the edge here, and most of the team is like in a big blob here, right? This is the team. This is like very advanced tutorial stuff. This is where the team is. This is not a good position for Ana. And this is like the basis, the core foundation of Ana as a whole. This is what you want to be thinking of constantly with Ana, is your position relative to your team. Because let's say that someone over here in this area gets hurt. Let's say someone over here gets wounded. Let's use a nice bright red. Or look at this high-tech stuff we got going here. This guy's wounded over here. It looks like OAM just draws a bunch of penises in his downtime. Yes, no, that was me testing out the idea, testing out the theory, so to speak. But anyway, if someone gets hurt over here, you can't heal them, because you've got to heal through your entire own team. You've got to keep in mind that your team is as much of a wall as the enemy team. So if you aren't in a position to actually see everyone, hit everyone, or quickly reposition to do so, you're going to have a hard time. Now, in this first fight, the Reinhardt is completely out of position. Completely out of position. Like, the Reinhardt is just helping nobody at the moment. He's blocking nothing. So you just got to kind of put that in your mind. You've got to just like go, oh god, what are you doing? Why are you there? Overwatch Central has now hosted us for 78 viewers. Hello. Welcome to Overwatch Central's viewers. We have just started with this VOD review here with the Ana. Good sleep dart. I would have generally held it just a little bit longer, but the diva clearly wasn't paying attention. Again, this is over chasing. Like, the Ana does not need to be this far forward. Or that said, there is someone wounded down below, but you don't need to be chasing down the diva yourself. Like, you've got a long range weapon. Now you're in a position where you cannot heal anyone. So, okay, you got a good opportunity on the Mercy there, but the entire enemy team is here. Everyone on your team is behind you. You can't heal here. And this is the thing with Ana, is there's a temptation almost to hunt people down to try and do damage. I'd say if you want to do damage and heal at the same time, pick Zenyatta. That's the better pick. Already, because the Reinhardt's out of position, like, that's a nightmare situation. He's down there. He's still actually tanking up a storm, so this is good falling back. The rest of the team actually should be already falling back. Once the payload reaches about this point on Watch Point Gibraltar, you want to start pulling back to the server room pretty much instantly. Little bit of a rush sleep dart there. Actually, this is something that I noticed this player does repeatedly. where he's healing, and then he'll just instantly try and go for a sleep dart. He needs to just be a split second more patient when doing it. Like, the thing with sleep darts is there is that delay where you can try and like fire it and then aim, and then it'll come out, right? Because there's a delay before it fires. But you want to have that little bit of care when using it, because if you know, sleep dart goes down, it's like a good 12-second cooldown. It's not going to be available for a while. Sleeping that Ana would have actually been a huge resource because there's nothing really there to wake it up. So, would have been good. Would have been nice. Would have been nice. It's just a little thing. Like, just take a little bit of care when using the sleep dart, basically. And we'll see it happen a few times where it just looks a bit rushed. Like, it's like heal, rushing to try and get the sleep dart out. Again, keeping an eye on where the critical targets are. And again, like, we're still a bit too far forward. Pull it back a little bit. You don't need to be the guy on the front line fighting all these guys. You're not really able to stop the damage, the healing that they have from the payload alone, and the ability to escape, and the mercy, and all the healing they've got. You're not going to do anything. Pull back, try and support your team, try and build up that ultimate as soon as possible. This guy falling back, good, heal him up. One thing I will comment on, will say I like, this guy is not scoping in, and you do not need to scope in that often as Ana. In fact, I advise against scoping in unless you absolutely need to. Again, a bit of a rush sleep dart coming out there, a bit of a desperation one. Very good grenade coming out though. Like, the charged lands, throw the grenade because the D.Va can't stop it. There's an opening, good stuff. But yeah, scoping in. Let's talk about scoping and unscoping. Let's just back up. And the guy's name is, yeah, Rekde. So if you sent this in, then congratulations. You've been our first game. So let's just talk about scoping in and unscoping. Because when you scope in, you have just completely tunneled yourself to the world. You can't see anything that's coming at you, and you cannot react to everything above you. Like, if they were scoped in, you wouldn't be able to see the Mercy die up on the top there. You wouldn't be able to see the Junkrat pulling back to the right side. You wouldn't see the Roadhog going to the left, for example. You'd lose all that situational awareness, and it's just not much point in doing it when your heal darts are still just as good, really, when you're unscoped. So just get used to using them unscoped. Massive way of just improving your Ana play. Here we go. This is like our first major like team fight, it feels like, because everything's kind of been scattered so far. No real team fights have happened because the Reinhardt was out of position at first. Again, that's one of those instances where you should say, hey, Reinhardt, just come up here. And just be polite about doing it. Just say something like, hey, Reinhardt, come up. And come up and just, you know, protect us. This is where you start, you know, shitting your pants in terror. The Genji goes into the backline. Luckily, he gets killed off. So you're in a good position here. Be cautious about overchasing. Like, you don't need to start going down this ramp. You actually have a very good line of sight here on the guy down here and his team further up, you know, that way. But remember that this is reflected. It's awkward. But the rest of his team's up that way, like up past where my head is. He was in a good position to sort of see both sides at once. So that's where you want to position yourself as much as possible. Very good nano boost. This basically ends the fight. No problem with that nano boost at all. Very, very good. Going on to the Reinhardt. The Reinhardt doesn't get the speed boost anymore, but he's already amongst the entire team anyway, and he zones out the rest of them. Still McCree behind you, just stay in the middle of your team. Good, you got the heal grenade off. Good. So in an instance like that where you got threats on both sides, just plonk yourself right in the middle of the team. And then just throw a heal grenade down. The healing will just keep everyone alive. It's a really good way of stopping damage coming in. That's good positioning out of him. This is where, okay, sleep dart's ready. Fired, lands it. Good. Lands a sleep dart. Even though he got killed for it, still very much worth doing, still worth firing. Would have been nice to actually start running towards I guess the D.Va, like what you try and run towards, and just hope that she gets the defense matrix this way. She doesn't, but you still get the sleep dart. You pretty much save, you know, one or two of your team there. Good stuff. So this guy's going to come out of spawn. I'm going to have a quick drink. And you can see in the top corner, actually you can't see in the top corner because my face is blocking it. That's a problem. So in the kill feed, McCree's just killed absolutely everyone. I talk fast, yeah, I apologize for that, but there's a lot to go through. We're just going to chew through it. So this is already a bit of a desperate defense. A bit of a missed opportunity with the heal grenade not landing, but that's fine. Very nice sleep dart goes on him, but this is already too little too late. Like, let that guy go. You and Junkrat need to be pulling out, and Junkrat needs to not be going that way. The fact that he's gone back... So, like, just let's look at these last 5 seconds. Something very subtle happens here that is a bit of a mistake. Okay, so the point is done. What's going to happen in a second is this big gate's going to open, and you've got to think of like the enemy sightlines. So think of the enemy's sightlines, because as Ana, sightlines is basically all you're thinking about. The enemy can see all the way into this, and this is literally what I was trying to draw earlier on paint. So let's bring paint back up. Let's delete all this. Whoop. And let's do some more advanced drawing. So this is the hangar, okay? That's the hangar. I know you're going to have to improvise. Let's actually just select white. I think that's an easy way of doing it. So that's the door number 1, door number 2. These are the hangar doors opening. And then you've got to think of it in terms of like, hey, there's cover over here. There's cover kind of here. And oh, god damn it. There's cover here, and then it's sort of cover here. And you got like a bit of wall there. I guess. That this is my beautiful art. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We'll figure out a way of doing this better probably at some point, but I don't care. I think it works. Enemy team's going to have all this sightline here. Like, all of this space is going to be dangerous in a second. All of it is just, you could die there. And especially because it's like Anna stood here, Junkrat stood here, and Junkrat goes this way. That's not safe. You want to be all the way back here, long before these gates open. You want to be out of sight, out of mind. If you can make that happen, then great. The fact that this Junkrat's on half health, running towards the enemy team, let him go. Let him go. Because what you want to be in a position for is your team's just got bad spawns as well. They've just come out the side here. You want to be back and left so that you can provide all the healing to the people coming out of that little staircase. You do not want to be here in vision of the enemy team, because when you start getting to like 3,000 rating, 3,000, 3,500 especially, you'll find that there's McCrees that can stand all the way back here, and they'll just plink and plink and plink and plink and plink and kill the shit out of you. And just revealing for these split seconds, that will happen. So again, you want to be in a position like back there towards the stairwell, like towards over here, and you would have sightline of all three people who are still fighting here for some reason, and you'll be completely safe. You'll be in no danger at all. So why not do that? Although I say this is the kind of positioning that I like. This is the kind of positioning I like. The only threat is here, which is this area, and from up here. And maybe if someone jumps over here. But they have nothing that can really surprise you too much, except for the McCree, who's already jumped over. He's vulnerable. Sleep Dart lands. Beautiful. Beautiful. He got one kill for his high noon. He shouldn't even got that much, really, if the Roadhog was a bit faster. But honestly, that was good. Like, this is the position where you can have the most impact. Now you want to be there supporting this guy. On my mind right now is just this number down here at the bottom. You've almost got the nano boost, so you want to be near something that you can nano boost. He gets knocked away, get behind the barrier, throw down the heal grenade. Good, nano boost is on. You've basically just ended this fight, or you forced the use of a lot of resources here. Reinhardt's gone in, he's already got 2 kills. That said, we've got the Dragon Blade coming out, so a lot of damage coming in there. Nothing much you can do too much about that. This is where I'll be pressing tab. Good, good, good. You can see Mercy does not have res. So you'll be a little bit worried here. It's up to Mercy and Farah to hold down the fort. But that was honestly good. Like, you had the right idea, and there's nothing you could really do about the Graviton Surge coming in. Like, that's not your job to stop all that stuff coming in. They just one-by-comboed you, fine. Coming out of spawn, getting set up. Okay. So now we're back in this situation. My eyes instantly drip down to this. Like, you want to be focusing on your team's safety rather than trying to shoot their team immediately. Even like that one shot is important to get more onto your guys than theirs. Otherwise, this is good positioning. Again, think of sightlines. Sightlines, sightlines, sightlines. End of the day, sightlines. What can they see? What can you see? You can see your 2 most important heal targets. Let Mercy deal with the Farah. The Farah's just exploded anyway, even though you can't see that beneath me. I need to change that. We'll change that for next time. Farah's just exploded. Farah's just died to McCree. And yeah, you want to focus on healing the 2 tanks. Let Mercy deal with everything else. Because if you can keep the Reinhardt alive on the point, like, don't be shooting the Zarya. Be healing this guy, because this guy will never die so long as you got the heal grenade on him and you're spamming him with heal darts. He can just fight that infinitely. It's just that it's that moment-to-moment decision-making. Your decision-making has to be to prioritize healing. Healing, healing, healing. Throw down the heal grenade, jump back, good stuff. Yeah, let me actually just turn off the overlay and then move where the webcam is. Like, let's just go naked on the webcam. There we go. Let's just move me over here. Actually, let's just move me up here. There we go. Nice to set up here. Let's tuck this in. Oh, no. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. Beautiful. But focus on healing that much more, because there is a temptation when you are playing Anna to try and do both DPS and healing at the same time. There's that real temptation to try and have it so that you're healing, you're trying to do too much at once. Focus always on the healing. The only time that you should be focusing on DPS is when your team is getting absolutely murdered by a Farah. And that's when you literally have to tell your team, okay, we're getting murdered by Farah. We already have a Soldier 76, let's say. I am going to start helping kill that Farah. Mercy, Lucio, Zenyatta, whoever needs to focus on healing more while I take out the Farah. So yeah. I could probably chroma key that wall. It's actually, I can't. I've tried it. Ryan, watch what happens. Like, even if I set it to like 80, 100, like it's not quite well lit enough. Not quite well lit enough. I've got another light on the way. Should fix that up. But yeah, we've got the Anna healing up now. This is good. Again, getting a bit too far forward for my liking. Like, let the Farah, like as someone who plays with Valkyrie, playing with Valkyrie taught me a shitload about doing this. Let the Farah range forward. If the Farah goes forward and dies, Let him. Let him. Let him. Screw him. It's not your job. Not your job to chase down DPS that are overextending. That said, it is partially your job to make sure that the Roadhog doesn't die. That was just unfortunate. Like, this is an instance where the Reinhardt's just sort of blocking you off, but hey, this is fine. Everyone's healed up. Keep hold of your heal grenade, because you don't need to use it yet. Good, 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 good. And then, don't be in the middle of them here. Just back up a little bit. Good. This is the positioning I was talking about. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful position. Right? This is A++. You can see all 5 of the enemy, all 5 of your allies, perfectly. None of them are blocking each other up. Just perfect positioning coming out here. Just got to be a bit careful. Got to be aware of the threats coming in, and just be ready as well to look for the sleep dart opportunity. We've seen the McCree fight off a high noon. At that instance, when you hear the step right up, try and look for your own McCree and just pump healing into him. Like, it's very difficult to kill something that Ana is just pushing healing into, because it's like 90 heal per second. It's ridiculous. And it would have been a good opportunity to like sleep dart the Ana, not the Ana, sleep dart the Diva for the McCree and create an opening. Meow Indeed asks a question. Question, if you're up against a good enemy widow, attack them or avoid them? Avoid them. True to law, Widowmaker will beat Ana pretty much every single time. The only time you should be even thinking about attacking the Widow is when they have a lot of pressure on them already and you can just help clean up. So, this is a good example actually of a correctly used heal grenade. Genji comes in. Genjis will always dash in, especially with the when they're trying to Dragon Blade. They'll always just dash right in, or they'll dash up and over. When they dash in, like if they dash up, then they're going to dash in afterwards. Like they're going to draw the blade, get the new free dash, and dash in. Be ready for that, and then just throw the heal grenade down on you, because they're going to try and dash through you. Hello, Similo89. Welcome. We're doing VOD review at the moment. And again, good meleeing. What I like to see out of people using that stuff. So heal grenade goes down. He's not trying to shoot, he's just trying to melee the Genji who's in everyone's faces. If everyone was meleeing that Genji, you would have probably died, being honest. Like, when he's jumping all around you, it's very difficult to shoot him if you're not using, like, an automatic weapon. So just melee. Good stuff.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Good stuff. Coffee. Anyway, coming out of spawn. Setting up for the final point here on this first defense. Everyone's sort of spread out a bit, like the Reinhardt's holding on to a desperate defense. Something just happened that just, like, not very keen on. He's very slightly wounded. Like, I think he's missing 1 hit point. You didn't need to use a heal dart there. And the only reason I say that is because the amount of times that people die when you're reloading, just in general, not in this game specifically, but the amount of times that people die when you reload as Ana is huge. It's absolutely huge. So avoid wasting heal darts as much as possible. Yeah, shooting the Mercy, you had actually a choice of 2 targets here. You had your own Mercy and their Mercy. Now, if your Mercy was on the ball, she would actually be running towards you and then dash to you. And healing her, I'd say, is the higher priority. Let other people worry about killing things. Miss the shot there, no big deal. Like, you're going to miss shots, that's fine. But yeah, if you have to pick between, like, shooting an enemy and healing an ally, always heal the ally. Always, in my mind. That's what you're there for. Let other people worry about doing the killing. This Ana is playing very well. Like, this Ana does a lot of things very well. This is actually a good use of the retreat. Let me explain why. So we've got Genji in, like, the middle ground. So let's bring up Paint, actually, to try and explain this again. Because there's actually an interesting thing happening here with your line of sight. So let's see. Let's get the brush. Let's make the black Ana. Okay, we're still red for some reason. Black Ana. Red is Genji. And blue is McCree. There we go. So, if you're going to try and sleep dart that, well, the Genji's just like there running interference. Genji's literally positioned himself in a good position to cover the McCree. It's already a risky shot because, like, look at this distance. If we just get it into the right frame. Like, the distance is already huge. Genji's right there. It's just too risky. Just back out. I'm fine with that, just backing out decision. The Reinhardt's there to look after himself. Reinhardt's there to save the Mercy. You don't have to do anything with that. And you can save the sleep dart for this. Again, this is good positioning. This is right. Like, earlier in the game, it looked like there was a massive temptation to sort of stay around here. Pull back. You always want to be at the back. You always want to be at the back. Okay, trying to heal them. Great. Good. Like, this is the position you want to be in. Screw this guy. This guy's got his own problem. He needs to be over here as your front line. You need to be in a position where you can see the Farah, the McCree, and the Mercy, and then your frontline tanks, which should realistically be over here. Like, they should be over here somewhere. Because right now, Farah is your front line. That's not ideal. Bit of an optimistic heal dart, fine. I'd say try and save it for something a little bit less angled. Like, there's a lot of space to miss that one, so I try and save it a little bit longer. Whiffed heal grenade happens, just getting used to the size of that. Again, just here, misprediction. Like, again, half of this is about prediction. And yes, the McCree coming from the side. You can actually hear him coming. So if I turn the volume up on the YouTube video, and we just go back. Just listen. Listen. You can hear him coming. And when I was watching this VOD review, I was literally sat there going, when I was watching it just in prep, I was literally going, the McCree's coming, the McCree's coming, the McCree's coming. And it's sort of, you know, you are being caught out there. You are just being caught out. So just be ready for that. Like, just pay attention to the audio cues. You could have avoided that. You could have turned and just put the McCree in an awkward position. I know that your McCree was also getting dicked on, which is like a hard position because you're trying to do two things at once, but there's an opportunity there just to spot that out. Because this guy just literally walks up to you. Kills. Fine. Good res coming out of the Mercy. My priority is instantly yes on the Reinhardt. Mercy's already dead pretty much. We need to turn this volume down a little bit because I left it up on high. My mentality with like tanks and Ana is that Ana could basically keep a tank alive through anything. Anything. As long as you're focusing on it. Good use of nano boost there. I have no complaints about that. No complaints at all about that use of nano boost. Technically speaking, it's not perfect, but I have no complaints about it regardless. You only heard 3 steps? I heard a lot more than 3 steps. But remember that my audio is a bit clearer than yours, I think, because it's a recording of a recording of a recording, whatever. You can hear it coming, trust me. But I have no complaints about that nano boost. Technically speaking, it's not perfect, but in this situation, as we try and go back properly, like, the anarchy that's happening, you've just been rezzed, the fight's still going, the payload's right at the end of the game. You have no idea what's alive, what's dead. Your priority is literally this. It's pumping healing into anything you can find, get the nano boost as quickly as possible, and then get it onto the Reinhardt so that the payload is just completely 100% safe. Completely safe. No risks. No risks at all. Otherwise, just throw healing on the Farah. Good, good, good. Heal dart, fired off for some reason. Misclick. It's a bit sad because you might need it because it's a long cooldown. Be very careful about using your heal darts. They are a super important resource. Especially good at just slowing tanks up. Even if they're just like a second stun, it's still a long range 1 second stun. That's the Roadhog zoning himself out from you a little bit, but good. Focus on these 2 tanks and then just spread attention to the fire. Again, wasted heal dart. Just firing off Hail Mary heal darts. Not heal darts, sleep darts that just aren't really necessary. Your team, this is actually the team's fault, so this is like a general thing. The team is actually getting pushed into an awkward position where right now the only person actually defending the payload is Reinhardt. So if you think about where your front line is, this is the front line. Ana is actually in the middle, and the rest of the team is the back line. Something about that ain't right. There's High Noon going off to the upper. It would have been nice to have a heal dart for that, and it looks like everyone's absolutely dead, so it looks like this is probably going to be the end of this round. As your tanks valiantly try and hold, but the healing's gone. Genji's just hunting everyone down. No! Wizardwits holds on as healing runs out for support. Everyone's still just barely clinging to life at the moment. Can you get the healing down? Yes, you can. That heal grenade is actually a really difficult one to hit, just coming out of spawn. Always remember that heal dart throws a little bit shorter than you imagine. Have a slurp of coffee. No, heal grenade always a little bit shorter than you'd expect. Again, I think right now, like, there's clearly adrenaline. Clearly adrenaline going through. Just panic happening. But just calm down, relax. You've held off that assault. There's 20 seconds left. You know that this is going to be the final assault. Like, this is where people actually lose track in my mind of the bigger picture of the game. Where he's still kind of in panic mode. You can see with just how he's positioning, like, he's still trying to keep absolutely everyone alive, nuzzling into the Reinhardt's back as the enemy team's still just jockeying for position. You know that they're coming in the next 20 seconds. They're preparing for something big. You want to make sure that you can't be hit by something like a Graviton Surge. You can't be hit by anything in the back. You can just stay nice and far back. Everyone's in a relatively narrow corridor, so you can just set yourself up. Nice and easy. And yes, I misspoke on the abilities. Leave me alone. Okay, you using heal grenade to heal yourself. Fine, fine, fine. There's the Dragon Blade. So he's coming right for you. Good use of Nano Boost. This is actually something I have a slight issue with right here. It's actually, like, this is a situation where you can absolutely save yourself. So you've just Nano Boosted the Reinhardt, and you've got Genji hunting you down. What you can do is just run towards the Reinhardt. Instead, for some reason, we see this person running away from the Reinhardt. Reinhardt's just thinking like, bring the Genji to me, bring the Genji to me. Genji's hunting you, come towards me, let me smack him with my mallet. That's what he wants right now. Don't panic, relax, run towards the Genji. Run towards the Reinhardt. Because even if the Genji kills you, the Reinhardt's going to kill him. Good res coming out of the Mercy here. Perfectly fine with the Sleep Dart. Like, it's a good attempt. You had no idea that that was going to happen. Mercy! Bless her soul. Trying her best. Trying her best. Like, I don't really have too much issues with the Sleep Dart here. It would have been nice to have it, but being honest, like, you saw an opportunity to get the Genji. Actually, the hook had already landed, but so-so. Like, I get it that there's a Genji that you could hold down. It just leaves you a little bit vulnerable here, and you can see, like, some of the jitters coming in as well. Just relax. You've already actually technically done what you really needed to do. You've already hit overtime. Perfectly fine. Like, just try and keep in mind that bigger picture as well of the game. Overtime's already on. You're on 0-0. Does it really make much difference if they finish, like, right there or right at the end? There are some differences. There are important differences, but it's not the end of the world if they push it in a little bit further. Just relax, stay calm, keep it cool. Good stuff. Still, honestly, like, a pretty good first half. Pretty good first half. I'd say actually the bigger mistakes lie on the back of the Reinhardt in that game, just in terms of positioning, but with Ana, it's all sightlines. Sightlines, positioning, and priority. Like healing, 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 healing. If you want to do damage, pick Zenyatta. Let's see what they set up for attack. I actually haven't watched the attack all the way through, so I'm curious to see how this goes for this team.